Imagine being a 10-year-old girl living in a group home. Life was once great living at home with mom and dad until dad got a little too drunk one night and beat mom to death. This poor girl is then taken by the CPS and put into a foster care system. The girl is now 14 years old, living in a group home where she is fed twice a day at the most. She goes to the mall on a Thursday afternoon to meet some friends, and as she is standing there, she notices a man walking towards her with a Coke and a hot dog. When he approaches her, he asks her if she is hungry and hands her the food. This is the first meal she has had all day. The young girl starts talking to him and meeting him every day because he promises her food and gives her the attention she is craving. One day the man tells her that he wants to take her somewhere she will be well taken care of. She believes him, but little does she know she will never return. By the age of 16, this girl has had 3 miscarriages and 1 pregnancy that was a success. Now that she has this child, she attempts to escape from the terrible environment she has been living in, but she does not make it. This story is an example of child trafficking and how it takes place. It happens within a blink of an eye. Child trafficking is a growing problem in the United States. It is important for U.S. citizens to become aware of child trafficking and become involved in the actions being taken to prevent it. What is child trafficking? Ellen Myers states, sexual trafficking is the movement of women and children usually from one country to another, but sometimes within a country for purposes of prostitution or sexual servitude and slavery. Kahadra states, the number of U.S. children who are trafficked for sex is difficult to track. Shared Hope International estimates that at least 100,000 juveniles are being victimized through prostitution in the U.S. each year. Hopefully, the Trafficking Victims Protection Act and the different bills passed by the 47 states, traffickers will be properly punished and child trafficking will start to decrease. Child trafficking is a problem America is becoming more aware of and better trained to help stop it altogether. There have been many laws put into place regarding child trafficking. Previously, children were not being treated as victims of trafficking. Instead, they were being punished for prostitution. And non-U.S. citizens were being punished for being in America illegally. In the year 2000, the Trafficking Victims Protection Act was created. Catherine Nielsen states, recognizing that existing legislation was inadequate to effectively address the growing problem of trafficking in persons, Congress enacted the Victims of Trafficking and Violence Protection Acts of 2000. The Trafficking Act employs a comprehensive approach to the problem of trafficking. Protecting the victims of child trafficking is very important to prevent them from falling back into the trafficking system. State laws are very helpful as well because certain states have a higher trafficking rate than others. Therefore, they need laws that are going to work for them better for certain situations. The state laws contradict the national laws. Therefore, it is important that the national laws be implemented unless the states have a strong, reasonable action in place. Finally, it is important to become aware of the growing problem of child trafficking in order to protect the victims and punish the trafficking and prevent trafficking altogether. Turner states, the Trafficking Victims Protection Act of 2000 only offers a definition for severe forms of trafficking, implying that there are non-severe forms as well. This is the problem with trafficking. All cases of child trafficking are severe no matter what took place. The same law should apply to sex traffickers as to child labor traffickers. These children were taken away from all normal life and were forced to work and take part in actions that caused damage to their body. Modev states, their concern is rooted in the staggering statistic that 2 million children are victims of commercial sexual exploitation worldwide, and that non-commercial sexual trafficking of children yields an even higher number. It is America's responsibility to diminish trafficking completely. It is important to keep the children in child welfare systems protected and taken care of so traffickers cannot target them as well. Elie Wiesel once said, I swore never to be silent whenever human beings endure suffering and humiliation. We must always take sides. Neutrality helps the oppressor, never the victim. Silence encourages the tormentor, never the tormented. This quote is very important in order to protect the victims. If you see children that seem to be in danger, report it. That may save the child's life. Minding your own business will only hurt the victim instead of protecting them. Always be around of your surroundings because children are not the only ones being trafficked in the world.